Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Venator Trading Monday, July the 24th, 7 a.m. New York time. Good morning to everyone here in the States. Good afternoon to all those on the other side of the pond, and good evening to those on the other side of the world. Glad you're here. Welcome back. Hope you had an incredible weekend. Hope you got away from the charts a little bit. Got out and did some life, hopefully with some people that you love. If you're trying to do this alone and you're not getting time away from the charts, man, it can suck the life out of you so fast. So I hope you had a great weekend. I did. My oldest daughter's birthday was Saturday, and she and her husband came down. A couple of my other kids were here in town, and we had a big birthday bash all weekend. It was awesome. So other cool stuff happened this weekend just with Venator Trading, which we'll get into in the stream in a little bit. Super excited to share some of that news with you guys. I think it's going to benefit you all the most. So very cool, very exciting. New hat. Been in drawdown for 4 weeks, man. 4 weeks we've been in drawdown. So I was like, man, you got to change it up. We're going to go with a new Oakley hat. So the white hat just, it worked at the beginning stages. It got us over the hump, and now it has failed us. So I'm just chalking it up to the white hat giving us bad trading juju. So we're going with the gray and black. Sometimes you got to go with the black. You got to be the black hat guy, not the white hat guy. So good morning, everyone. Godkind, John, Adrian, Mr. Alfie, Overplayful, Corey, Muhammad, Red Ezekiel, I Chase Pips, Deadpool, Beeswax. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here early on a Monday morning. Glad you guys are in and watching again. You guys are faithful and loyal, and so happy to see you here. Pedro and Bilamansky. All you guys, man, thank you so much. John, yeah, we're going to go over our loss on Friday for sure. I've looked at it a couple times, and I think I can see mostly where I could have avoided that. Muhammad, 6 months back testing done in this weekend on EU with order block and breaker block strategy. Way to go, man. That's awesome. Would love to hear your results on that back testing. Hey, Andy. All right, let's go look at our trade on Friday. What happened? So what we were really wanting to see was, if you remember early in the stream, I had said this area right here was kind of where I was expecting the draw on liquidity to be. I did say it didn't have to come down into that, but I did say this was kind of where I was thinking, based on our 1 hour time frame, filling in some of these imbalances here. I was expecting price to dip down in there early in the even Thursday or early Friday session. It never did. So once it grabbed liquidity on these candles right here, and we had a very quick, we had an aggressive move down into that liquidity on this candle right here. Once we had that, that's when, and we saw a return back up away from that. The biggest issue here with this trade that we probably could have avoided was you just did not get aggressive follow through after that liquidity run. which should have alerted me to, hey, they're probably going to take another a stab under this low. This did not displace aggressively enough. It ran up, came down, ran up, came down, ran up, came down. Once we finally broke right here, the very next candle, even though it closed bullish, it did not close strong bullish. It closed very neutral, back down aggressively. That's probably where we should have been like, hey, all signs are pointing that this is going to run for liquidity down here again. It just wasn't a super clean displacement. Even though we did get a close above, and it kept climbing higher. This candle at one point was showing very strong displacement. The high of this candle was all the way up here, right? So at one point, this was a very strong displacement candle. And if I remember, it just closed down pretty aggressively, maybe within the last minute while I was trying to get my limit order set up. It didn't close back inside the breaker. But so it was inside of my rule set. It was inside of my trading parameters. But this is the biggest reason, was that it just wasn't a super clean grab of liquidity and then a strong aggressive move away from that liquidity grab. Like right here. Right? You see this, you see these highs, you see a run into those highs, and then this is a strong, aggressive displacement. See the difference between this displacement, and we just didn't get that here. So that right there was a good, strong displacement. And we actually did identify, I think this was the London move that day. And we had said this little area right here, either these two candles or this candle would have been your entry on that return on that breaker. But again, once you see a dip into liquidity, this is what you want to see. You see liquidity get grabbed, then you see displacement. We saw liquidity get grabbed, and then we saw not that. We saw this chop and rejection. Even though it finally did reach back up into there, you can see the difference between the two. So that's probably the biggest reason why that we took that L on Friday. Was just not, we just didn't identify and have a clear break of structure. We did get one, but just look at the difference between this breaker structure and this breaker structure. They're very clearly different. One is very strong and pointing and telling you exactly what's going to happen. It gives you the pullback into the breaker. This one just does not. This one grabs liquidity here and then displaces away. And then you're into the end of the trading session and it just chops. So that's why I believe we took the L on Friday. So there it is. Hope that answers your questions about the Friday loss and what we can look to avoid in the future as we move forward. Look, we're at 6% drawdown. I have 10% max drawdown on this account. So we're just over 50% of our drawdown. So I'm not worried about this at all. We still have a lot of drawdown to work with. If we lose our next trade, then we will reduce our risk by half. And that means we would have to lose 3 more trades in a row. We've already lost 3 in a row. If you take out the break even, we did have a break even in there. So technically we haven't lost 3 in a row, but if you remove the break even trade, which is a big fat nothing, then we've lost three in a row. So we would have to lose three more in a row. My max losing streak is four. So that's very in the realm of possibility to happen. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta send my son a message real quick. All right. Oops. Sorry about that. Get back over here. All right. Hey, Cisco. Corey, I'm still in drawdown, but I'm up 1% on the week. Good job, buddy. Good job. Hey, Alpha Bridge, welcome in. David Dreams, good morning. Kenneth, good morning. Muhammad, our order block and breaker block has good win rate on my 6 months back testing. The win rate was average 70% with a minimum 10 pip stop loss and 3 RR. Max losing streak was 3. Those are pretty good numbers, Muhammad. And that's data that is very important to have. And you just need to be aware that when you take that into a live market, it's not going to be 70%. So it's good to understand that in a completely static environment where you're not having to execute all the time and deal with your psychology, 70% win rate is absolutely fantastic. If I were you, I would go back. How many trades was that in your back testing? How many total trades were you able to find in those 6 months? What time frame were you using? How many trades did you get in those 6 months? And then I would certainly be interested to know. I would do it again and take it down to 2.5 RR and 1 to 2 RR. So I would look at each of those, see what if your win rate increases, what your overall return was at the end of that. That's all good data to have as you get ready to bring that into a live market. But good job on the back test. That's good homework. Always good to have that information. Yesterday, 10 out of 10 for Oppenheimer, says Kenneth. I want to go watch it. I want to go watch it. You know what? I haven't been back to the movie theater since COVID. I can't even remember what the last movie I saw in a movie theater was. But it was before the COVID lockdowns. And since the COVID lockdowns, I have not been back to the theater. And I used to love going to the theater. And it has nothing to do with me like wanting to avoid crowds of people or thinking that there's still a COVID issue or whatever it is, like whatever. Uh it's just I've just never been back. There's not been any movies out that I'm like, you know what, I want to kind of go watch that. Like everybody started watching in streaming. Like not I already was streaming a lot before then, but you start streaming all these shows and suddenly I want to watch long seasons of a story. And so the thought of watching an hour and 45 or a 2 hour long movie, I'm just like, why go and spend that much money on a movie when I can sit at home and I can watch a very well written, very well acted, very well produced series that has 3 or 4 seasons of these character development and in-depth story plots. And I don't know. I just kind of got away from the short form movie experience. But Oppenheimer is all of Christopher Nolan stuff is awesome. So Oppenheimer may be the one that gets me to go back. It may be the one that gets me to go back. Uh oh yeah, okay, so let's get back over here to chat. Sorry. I'm just catching up. Don't worry, leave your stuff in the chat. I will scroll up. Can you look at EJ on the 4 hour? I think I see a good setup and want to see if you agree. We can look at EJ in a minute. That's what I thought too after reviewing the lack of displacement. Yep. Don't forget to change the chat pair. Oh yeah, we have a new chat pair we need to vote on this week. That is true. Good morning, Mauricio. Does your break even cover commission? Yes. So anytime I go to break even, it's actually going to be slightly in profit to cover commission costs and spreads. So it's never just zero and it's never negative. It's always going to be a profit of some kind by a few dollars. So it's a true break even there. Alpha, you're right, Brad, but sometimes a very good looking setup can be a loss and a very ugly setup can be a huge win. That's exactly right. It can be, and it could have worked out. Again, it fit my trading parameters. It checked all the boxes for what I look for. There are some subjective things in this mechanical system that you still have to think about and process. And sometimes you're just going to be wrong, and we were on Friday. Muhammad system, 100 plus trades, 15-minute time frame. Wow. There were 100 trades on the 15-minute time frame for EU in 6 months. Okay. I mean, I don't know exactly what your rules were. Maybe between order blocks and breaker blocks, maybe there were. That seems a little high to me for 6 months of data. But if you're using two strategies, the breaker block and order block, maybe there would be. I was watching some of your early videos where you Lux Algo breaker block, and is it worth using? No, it's not. I actually still have it on here, I think. It's just if you were, I said that it could be helpful for a lot of people in that if you're not used to seeing breaker blocks or where they come from, it is an indicator. The thing I don't like about it is it just uses the last candle, and I would have identified all of these candles as the breaker. These 4 consecutive or 5 consecutive down close candles. It just highlights the last one and shows you where to be looking, kind of where your eye is. So I don't use it. I was interested when it came out to see how well it did at identifying breaker blocks. And it does. I mean, it's got some settings you can play around with in there that help you, that you can, play with and get different vibes with and stuff. So it's it's an indicator, and there are some good indicators out there. Ones that help you identify your pattern, specifically to smart money, are some of the better ones. This is one that it's just You don't need it. I mean, once you kind of know what you're looking for, then you don't need an indicator. Like, you just know this was a run on liquidity. We had displacement away. There's your breaker right there. Obvious imbalance and fair value gaps here. Had some news drop this morning for EU stuff, EU, GU, Germany. All this flash PMI stuff came out, and they all missed. They were all much lower than to be expected, and so you had this big drop, big volume imbalance. I'm not necessarily inclined to take this trade as a breaker setup, if you're wondering, mostly just because it's Monday. This is news event related. This was my drawn liquidity for last week. So it's going to want to fill this back in at some point. And it's like, does it want to just fill this in? Does it want to fill this in? I'm just not super inclined to take that setup right there. But dollar has some news this morning as well, which we'll get to. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Uh, I am overdue for a movie date, Kenneth. My wife's not a huge movie person, so it does have to kind of be the right fit for us to go to the movies. I used to go with my boys all the time, and 2020 was 4 years ago. They all still lived around close, and so we would go to the movies all the time back then. Muhammad, first 2 months I tried to catch 2 trades per day, but after that I was just catching one trade, and on average 17 trades per month. Taking just a trade daily is less stressful. It truly is, man. If you can get down to one trade a day or less, it's so much less stressful. Like, we've been trading for 4 weeks. We're in drawdown, but I'm not stressed about it. I'm not trying to get out of drawdown. I'm trying to execute my trading plan. That's a huge difference for most people when they sit down to trade, especially when they're in drawdown. They're trying to immediately get out of drawdown. That's the exact opposite psychology that you need. When you start focusing on trying to get out of drawdown, you stop focusing on just executing your trading plan. And that's what's going to get you out of drawdown, the edge that you have in the markets. How does commission costs work with prop firms? They all have their own commission costs that they negotiate with whatever broker they're using for their challenges. Bespoke is a flat $4 commission. There's others that have $3 both ways, so $6 round trip. There's some that have 7. They're all different, and you can go and check out. Most of them have their commission and for different, some on indices have no commission for indices, and they do on forex. Others have small commission. So you just have to kind of go through their FAQs and figure out all that stuff. Red says, any book recs. The biggest book recommendation I could give you right now is Best Loser Wins. I think it really gets to, it's a short read. It's an easy read. Not everything in that book applies to the way I trade. He gets into like how he does risk management and stuff. I just kind of ignore that. But most of the book is about the psychology of losing and failing and dealing with pain. And much of how I now think about emotions and how to ignore them and how to kind of turn off the false alarms that are blaring in your head all day. That book, Best Loser Wins, is the best recommendation I can give you to if you're struggling with that. Bespoke is $4 for zero for indices, for swap fee account, $7 for FX. Yeah. I was trying to use both order block and breaker block, but order block seems to be comfortable for me. Order block is a great trading strategy. It really is. It's very strong and profit. It can be very profitable. Yeah, Muhammad, I did see your tweet. It was kind of hard in your picture to know what was happening behind what the screenshot you sent me. I'd like to see a little bit more information to what's happening to the left. I find the order block strategy to be most profitable on the 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. Not that it can't work. It does work on the 15-minute, but I prefer the 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour for my order block strategy. Matthew, I now average 8 trades per month and have seen much more success than I used to have with my old system where I averaged 16. I would venture to say almost every single trader out there who is struggling to pass challenges would find profitability faster if they limited themselves to 2 to 3 trades a week. I think most would find profitability faster in that environment. So I think, Matthew, your experience, that was my experience. All these prop firms give you the data that says the people who are consistently being paid out and who are getting the largest amounts of payouts are those who are taking about 10 to 12 trades per month. Every prop firm across the board, that's what their data, the ones that have released their statistics, that's the data. So I don't know why you think, or any trader thinks, that they can do it differently and have 10 to 12 trades a week and find profitability. It's just not going to happen. The more you trade does not mean the more money you make. That's an oxymoron. Let hit the target like that. Let's go. Yep. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Maverick, good morning. I shared on Twitter how many challenges I have failed. It made me upset at the time, but I now understand with your help where to improve. Just mentally, it's taking longer to get back to wanting to trade again. If you're not mentally in a place to sit down at the charts, you definitely should turn off your trading terminal. Your mindset is the most important thing. It's your best weapon. Once you have the technical knowledge, the thing that is keeping you from profitability is your decision-making process, and that is being affected and controlled by your emotions and your mindset every time you sit down to trade. So it's a big deal that you've got to be self-aware enough to understand where you are mentally. And if you're not in a good place emotionally, it's not a good time to sit down and try and trade. You're just not going to be clear-headed enough or even really strong-willed enough to continue to have the discipline that you need to execute at a high level. John, is there a breaker or an order block that you can see in the massive move from 330? Yeah, there's this is the breaker I see right here on the 15-minute. You can see it on the 30-minute and you can see it on the 1 hour. So you just had this up move, obvious grab of liquidity. It swept that buy side, that buy side, that buy side, and then tanked. But we have, let me see here. I'm going to pull up our news here. We don't need all these days. Let's just look at today. So we've had news overnight, a lot of red folder news overnight. That was all news manipulated. So you had that run up and then that massive drop when all this news hit. So Euro and GBP, they all missed their numbers, their forecasted numbers. And so they tanked a little bit. The dollar has red folder news at 9:45 this morning. So I'm not super inclined. Number one, it's Monday. Number two, you have red folder news on Mondays. The manufacturing PMI is one that I will typically, I don't have to avoid that inside my system. But this is one that it's like because it's news, because it's Monday, and because we have red folder news coming out for dollar at 9:45, I'm just not super inclined to want to make a move this early on a Monday. Let's jump over and look at The fair value gap, well, it's this massive volume imbalance that just gap down. That's another, when there's this big of a gap, I also tend to be like, where would you target? Like, obviously it's going to want to fill in this, but you still have this larger volume imbalance, and so now you're looking at a on euro, you're looking at a 25 pip stop, and that's just a little too aggressive for me on expecting that trade to play out. That's a For this strategy on this time frame, that's a massive chunk of move to have to make. So that's the other reason I would probably avoid that setup right there. No gap on the future. Yeah, the futures just operate differently. So, but even still, your fair value gap would be from uh, the bottom of the candle at 345. If there's no gap, then your other the candle at 3 o'clock. So those are your the two candles you would use, and that's just a massive fair value gap there, or at least it should be on your chart. The order block would be up inside. Let me look and see here. Uh, I mean, this is your bullish order block here, and I would probably think. I mean, I would probably use the wick to body off this candle here if I was using an order block strategy on this, looking for a trade setup. But you're still looking at a 20 plus pip stop, which isn't too bad on an hour order block. It's not horrible, but it would need to be something like that if you were just taking an order block trade there. That's kind of how I would look at it. So your dev, it just depends on what time frame you're on, and it depends on what broker you're using. The trading view broker here is 8cap, and if I actually look on my MT5 terminal does not show a gap, but it does here on this trading view one. So you may not have a gap. It's fine if you don't. I would use that higher, probably use that higher imbalance if you're looking at one without a gap. All right, you know what? We need to jump around, and we needed to look at some of the other pairs here. Mr. Alfie asks rules for which red folder news. So I don't trade any red folder news that is job related. So like job openings, unemployment, non-farm payrolls, any red folder news that has to do with interest rate or the Fed or PMI, inflation, all that kind of stuff. So any type of like specific dollar related news, jobs, interest rates, inflation, those kinds of red folder news events, I will definitely stay out of. Consumer confidence ones, I will if there's a setup, I'll take it. The flash like manufacturing numbers, I'll take them. Retail sales, it just depends on if it's around any of the other red folder news. Sometimes that's just it's sometimes experience wise, I've been fine with that. Other times, if it's around, like also if retail numbers are being released alongside like a PMI number or a jobs number or something like that, I'll probably avoid it. But those are the ones. Good morning, Stone. All right, let's jump over and check out dollar. So the dollar has come all the way back up to the top of this monthly volume imbalance. It's come back up into this daily breaker block. So this last down close candle here, and actually, or you could probably use this one, but I would probably use this bigger one here. Maybe even these two, but would be your breaker block. So you've had this down close candle, you've run buy side liquidity, you've had displacement back through it. This is also a breaker block up here, but this is the one it's reaching up into currently, rebalancing some of this large move here. So you can see we've tapped up now into the weekly fair value gap. So we've reached up into it here on Monday. The question is how much higher do we go? How much more does it want to rebalance up in here if it wants to continue lower? So that is TBD. We don't know, but we do know for the month, we're coming into the last week of July. So our monthly candle is working on a lower wick here. And is this monthly fair value gap, does the body close outside of this at the end of this week? Maybe. Does it just push back down and we close a little stronger bearish below these old candle wicks? Maybe. So, there's a lot TBD this week. I don't have a super strong, I'm still slightly bearish overall on the dollar. You've run all of this liquidity. You basically filled in this monthly. You've come back up and retraced. You're back inside. Now fair value gaps here and breaker blocks over here. So you could expect, to me, you could still expect some lower price action on the dollar. You do have the interest rate decision this week. You've got red folder news all week long. All week long across all the pairs, there's red folder news. So you're going to have to be very cautious no matter how you look at it. But all right, so there's dollar, pound, similar to euro. Again, it shows the gap there. You may not have one on your MT5 chart. I don't have that up over there yet, but we've taken out sell side liquidity. We've reached down into an OTE off of this big move down. On the weekly time frame, we have completely closed in. So 2 weeks ago, we closed above it. Last week, we aggressively came back down into this monthly fair value gap. So there's another smaller monthly fair value gap just above us that could be further drawn liquidity. We're obviously in an uptrend, but now we've had a fairly large and aggressive reversal off of this level here. It's coming back down into a optimal trade entry level from this move up. So this could be a nice reversal potential. You've got your daily breaker block. This move to run this liquidity started right here. So it's down inside here towards the middle. So there could be a little bit more downside before it wants to try to rally there. But we shall see. I've seen a lot of news that says there's a 99% chance that the Fed raises interest rates by 0.25% and that the market's already priced it in and that there won't be any big reaction. You can't believe any of that. You're just going to have to wait and see what they do. GJ, jump over here. GJ, big strong move up. Again, you had a little pullback. This is weekly candles here. So you've got a swing low in place now. It's created a swing level. So you've had a higher high, a higher low, a lower low, and then a higher low. So this is your swing level right here. So it's going to be interesting to see if that gets respected. It did grab liquidity there on Friday. Big bullish candle on Friday, and now since then we actually opened lower and we failed to take out Friday's high, and we're just kind of sitting inside that candle there. We're going to need to see some more information from GJ here. We're just kind of moving sideways right now, so we're going to need to see. It's grabbed a little liquidity, but we've had until we get some displacement below here. There's not really much in my mind that I'm going to be looking for there on GJ. US 30 last week closed up above the highs, so obvious clear break of structure here. We still have several buy side liquidity targets in place. All-time highs. I mean, all-time highs from January 2022 are looking like they have their sights set. This old high here from April of 2022 looks like it's could be getting taken out this week. On the monthly, you can see we've if we close above this level here for the month, it's definitely a break of structure, and you would think that we're probably going to keep tracking higher. But what a climb, man. It has been basically nothing but buy side for 2.5 weeks. So crazy move. Obviously a lot of imbalances and fair value gaps down here that it has yet to return to. At some point it will. Is that this week as we finish out July? Do we get profit taking? Does the interest rate decision later this week throw the market into a tailspin? Who knows? But it's definitely super bullish, and we had moonshots all week last week. So we'll be nimble. All right, we need to vote on a new chat pair for the week. So this will be the pair that the chat picks, and we will add it to our watch list, and we'll see if we get any setups off of it. So why don't you guys start throwing in some options that you want, and we'll see if a couple rise to the top, and then we can do a poll of maybe the top two. And see, we'll take the most two requested. I see 1 gold, 2 gold. I see $1 CAD yen, NAS, oil. You guys drop in the pair that you want to add to our watch list this week. Last week it was Aussie dollar. And we did not, of course, we didn't start it till Wednesday. So, it didn't really get a full week of play, but it was our first voted on chat pair. Hey, good morning, Candle Slayer. Welcome in. If there's a pair that you want the chat, that it will be the chat pair this week. So you guys put in, we'll take the top 2 options for a runoff vote in the chat. Currently, it looks like the most mentioned one is gold. I don't see any other repeats besides gold yet. There's 36 of y'all in here. I guess 39 of y'all, 40. I don't know, but whatever it is, most of you are not. Just must not care what the chat pair is. Hmm. Hey, there's a UJ. John, you just gotta pick one, man. You've said oil, you've said NAS, you've said ES. You just pick one. Pound Aussie. Stick with AU. Pound yen. Seasonal Tennessee. Yeah, I may. One pair. Just throw out one pair. It looks like gold is popular, and there have been, I don't think, any repeats. CAD yen, the Kiwi, pound CAD, UJ, pound Aussie. Oh, there's another UJ. Dollar Swiss. Gold is going to be one of them that will be in the poll, but we need a contender to go up against gold. UJ has 2. I'll give it another minute or so and see if anybody else throws in. Silver. Hey, there's a interesting one. Oh, there's another UJ. There's another UJ. All right. Looks like it's going to be UJ. And gold. Let me come over here and I'll do a poll. I got to figure out how to do these polls better. So it's going to be vote yes for gold, vote no for UJ. Oh, here we go. Maybe I can just do this. Gold, UJ. No chat pair this week. All right, here we go. There's the poll. You can either choose gold, you can choose UJ, or you can vote no chat pair this week. We've got what do we got in here? We've got like 37 people. So if we get up to 30 votes, we'll give everybody a chance that's watching to vote if they want to. So, we'll see. So it can either be gold, UJ, or no chat pair this week. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? I don't think I've looked at UJ in a long time. That might be an interesting one to check out. Looks like gold's kind of running away with it. We've got 27 votes in. There's still enough viewers out there to pull UJ, pull a victory out for UJ, so we'll see. I don't know why y'all like gold so much, man. It's so whipsaw, man. It's just so whipsaw. It's the most probably, even ICT says it's the most manipulated pair and asset to trade. And y'all want to jump into that and look at it. I mean, we will, if that's what you vote. Oh, so it's almost 8 o'clock. I think we can do our unveil here. We'll let the poll end, and then I'll let you guys in on some of the big news that's been going on over the weekend. Good news for you guys is what it really comes down to. 33 votes. Oh boy, let's see. We've got how many people are watching this? 40 people are watching. So there's 7 more people. If they want to vote, we'll give them another minute or two. It looks like gold is it certainly looks like gold. It's going to be the winner there. We'll give it another, let's see, I'll give it another 20 seconds. You got 20 more seconds to vote, and then we're shutting it down. And it looks like we're all taking a trip to the Gilded Gal again this week. Ugh. I feel gross just thinking about it. All right. I don't think there's enough votes to pull out a victory for UJ, so we're going to go ahead and end the poll. Gold won. Sadly. Man, you guys are just gluttons for punishment. What difference does it make? Because it doesn't matter what your lot size is. If it's manipulated, you're getting hammered. You're either going to get lucky or you're going to get hammered. No matter your lot size. John, prepare to have your pockets emptied. Basically. We trade now the monthly distribution, so don't expect much from the markets. Made money trading breakouts in gold. I've made money trading gold. I think everybody's made money trading gold. It's just, it's so easy to just, especially with the breaker block strategy specifically for gold. The order block strategy works a lot better for me on gold than the breaker block. It just often will just shoot away and never return to a breaker block. So okay, let me jump back over here now. Get off that. All right, what are we looking at? All right, US 30. So we got to go get our chat pair up officially for the week. The Gilded Gal is back with us. I mean, we did break up with her for a little while, so, to be expected, I guess. To be expected. It's like a abused puppy. We just go back. We keep going back. The chat picked it. Let it be known. Venator Trading did not decide to add gold back to the watch list. This was a complete chat pick. So I wash my hands of any bad fortune that comes our way from y'all's decision here. But I will also not take any credit should your pair do extremely well for us this week. I hope it does. I would love to see that happen. All right. S&P. Pulled back where Friday US 30 closed bullish. S&P did not. And also the NAS did not. So you can see big rejection wicks here off of the NAS, and it wasn't so. S&P wasn't bearish, but the NAS was. Still have buy side liquidity up here, but it's just been running up, just much like US 30 was. So everything's been pretty bullish. I've had some retracement here, so obviously a lot of relative equal lows. Look how clean these relative equal lows are down here. Those are pretty. Nice strong liquidity there. What was that? That was the 1 hour. Similarly, got some relative equal lows. It has tapped into these already, but not as super clean as S&P, but still not bad. Looking pretty good. All right. Coming into our 8 o'clock hour. Let me get back down onto our main time frame here. And let's see what we see. Not much cooking anywhere just yet. Somebody said there was something going on. Oh, on the 5 minute. I don't use the 5 minute to identify setups. I only use the 5 minute to identify entries, potential entries off of a 15-minute setup. So if you're saying that you see a setup forming on the 5 minute, that is not part of the strategy that I use. It might be for yours, but it's definitely not one I see. I don't use the 5 minute to identify setups there. So all right. So this weekend, this weekend just had some conversations behind the scenes and ironed out well, first of all, let me just say this. I told you all from the very beginning that I do this for free. I do this all for all of you for free. I don't want you to have to pay me for the information that I'm giving to you. I don't want you to have to pay me for access to sit in here and watch and learn. This is something that I wish I had when I was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I was just starting out, when I was failing challenge after challenge after challenge. I wished that I had something like this, someone that could sit down with me every single day and just talk through what's happening and what they see with a very solid mechanical trading plan. Because in the beginning, discretionary trading, there are very, 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 very few people that are successful at discretionary trading. And discretionary trading is just, you sit down the charts, you open it, you look and you get a feel for what the market's doing, and you just enter. And sometimes you don't have a specific risk plan, you don't have a specific stop loss. They're just discretionary traders. They just kind of make it up on the fly, so to speak. And so a lot of people think they can do that. They might try it. It's truly gambling. There are very few people that can consistently, day in and day out, just enter the market and know, quote unquote, know, or have a feel for what's coming next. So having a strong mechanical system, I see this, then I see this, then I see this, then I execute a trade, right? That is what most people are going to be using to have an edge in the marketplace. And so I wish there was someone that would have sat down with me to help me, even though I knew the technical analysis and I had several strategies that I was working with. No one to actually live trade a profitable trader, like sitting down. And so that's why I started the stream. And I did not want anyone to have to pay for this. And I still have that expectation of myself. I don't want anyone to have to pay me for this information. Now, that being said, if there's a way that I can monetize this channel without you guys having to pay for this, I'm going to do it. I am a full-blooded capitalist. And so if there's somewhat other way that I can increase my income and I can give you guys the content that you need, and I can also benefit monetarily from that, not directly from your pockets, that's something that I'm going to entertain. And I really did not think at this point in the stream I would be this far into, I guess, having success as a streamer, an influencer, whatever you want to call it. It's just over 2 months. I started just over 2 months ago, and I mean we're already at cross 650 on YouTube subs, which is great. I thought I'd still be streaming to maybe 5 people right now. And now we consistently have between 40 and 50 people from beginning to end, all the way through the stream. We're just about to cross 1,000 followers on Twitter. So again, all of that just within 2 months, and I'm super grateful and thankful for the. And I know, believe me, when I say those numbers, they're nothing numbers compared to other influencers. I completely get that. But for me, I have had zero social media presence ever. I have never, like, just getting on and trying even just to figure out how to get on YouTube Live took quite the learning process for me. So for me, they're good numbers. Okay, look, I get they're not big numbers for other people. Cool. For me, I'm proud of where I'm at this fast into the stream and the my presence trying to help people. So reached a deal with Bespoke Funding over the weekend, and they are becoming the official $10K to $2 million funding challenge sponsor for the YouTube live stream. So I'm super excited about that. There's a couple of awesome perks that come along with that. One of them is that this thing's going to look a lot better in the next couple of days. They're giving me access to all of their graphics and video guys, and they're going to help me clean up this. They're going to help me clean up this whole look and feel for what you see around here. So that's one thing. It's just going to look a lot better, a little more professional, I guess, so to speak. They are going to give me a Venator discount code for all of my followers to use. And this is sweet. Anybody who uses the discount code, and it's live right now, it is a 15% off discount code and an 85% profit split. That's a freaking great discount for you guys. 15% off and an 85% profit split. You use, it's capital V Venator. We're going to create it'll always be on it'll be on our page somewhere around over here. We're going to have a static banner with all this information on it. But if you use the Venator discount code, you get 15% off. You get 85% lifetime profit split. That's awesome. They like what we're doing over here. They really think that they like the $10K to $2 million like angle of how to actually start with the smallest account and grow it to max funding. And they love that we're trying to help new traders and people that are failing to become more consistent, because that's ultimately what they want. So that's one of the biggest benefits to you guys, is take advantage of that discount code. Just go to their website. You don't have to use my affiliate link. That will basically become my new affiliate link, is that discount code, and they can track all of the any orders that come in from that discount code. They obviously will use it to they'll use it to be able to track, hey, how good is this partnership working out? And so yeah, I'll still get a very, very small commission off of those. So you need to be aware, this is a sponsorship. I am promoting bespoke funding to you. So the other cool feature that they are going to do for us, for our community, is they are giving me a certain number of 10K accounts to give away every single month to you guys. So not only do you get the discount code, the 15% off, and the 85% profit split, but every single week in the live stream, we will be giving away free 10K challenges to our streamers. So this is going to become the home of the 10K challenge giveaway. So I'm super happy about that for you guys. I know there are a lot of you that just are in a place that you can't just go out and purchase a new challenge. Well, they are very generous, and they have given me a good number of challenges. We're going to be giving away probably at least 2 every week. This week, I'm going to be giving 3 10K challenges away. And we will do it just like we did last time, where you have to be on the stream to win. If you're not present on the stream, you don't win. So you'll have to go. The way we're gonna do it is there'll be some kind of Twitter post that you're gonna have to comment on, because I have to use the Twitter picker winner thing. Has to use it. It scrapes the data off of a specific post. So to quote unquote enter, I've got to use a Twitter post. So I'll post a Twitter. You'll know very early on which one to go. We'll put it here in the chat. Tell you, hey, go just drop an emoji or a comment on this, and then you can be entered every week into a giveaway. But we will be doing giveaways every single week from now on, or as long as this partnership lasts and they feel like they're getting a benefit from it. Look, sponsorships are great. 2 months in as a streamer, and I have my first sponsorship. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I was pumped. Was talking with Max, the COO of Bespoke, all weekend, just trying to make sure we're on the same page and iron out the details of it all. And I think both of us are really happy with just the partnership, and just excited to see where it goes from here. So I told him I'm most, because there was an option to do a lower percentage on the discount, and I would get a bigger cut of the pie on the back end. So for instance, I could have offered you an 8% discount, and I would have gotten like a 15 or 18% commission on that, right? So instead, I said, I don't care about necessarily my big end of the pie on the back end. I would rather give my guys a much bigger discount. And so that's what we worked out. So you guys get 15% plus an 85% lifetime profit split off of that account, or off of that discount. You can buy a 100K, you could buy a 400K. You get 85% profit split no matter what account. It's not just for a 10K, it's for any account they offer. Use Venator, it's capital V, I think if you go right now, it's live already right now, even though we don't have it posted anywhere. You guys are the first to find out about it. So I'm real happy with it. And yeah, so excited for you guys to have a chance to be a part of that. I promise you, I don't have a big enough social following to make a lot of money off of this right now. There is a small monetary benefit for me being a sponsor, but quite honestly, the way the deal is structured, you get the biggest benefit out of all of this. I really made sure that you guys are the ones that can continue to benefit from being in the Venator tribe. So that's gonna happen. I'm still waiting on their graphic stuff to come back to me, and we'll spice up all of this stuff up here, and I don't know, maybe just make this more professional looking. There'll be probably some static banner on here that says, bespoke funding and the discount code and all that. So we'll see what they come up with. But yeah, that's it, man. So I hope you guys are happy about that. I'm happy about it. So that's the big news. That's the cool stuff coming your way. So be on the lookout for. I'll post on Twitter we're gonna do 3 10K account giveaways this week. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do one a day or if I'm gonna do just all 3 on one day. You know what? We could just let the chat decide. How about that? We'll let the chat decide. We'll start a new poll. How should we do the 10K giveaway? So we'll do. We have 3, so we can either just do 1 per day, or we could do 3 on one day, and I would probably do it Friday. There you go. Vote on that. I'll do whatever you guys want. If you guys want to do 1 per day, we can do 1 per day. If you want to do 3 all in one day, I think I would probably prefer 3 in one day, but it doesn't matter to me. We can just do 1 per day. Whatever you guys want is fine with me. But every day, just know every single week we're going to be doing giveaways. They may not always be on the same day. They won't always be 3. I can promise you that. Some weeks they might, some weeks they won't. Some weeks it may be 1, some weeks it may be 2. But we will do a 10K account giveaway every single week. So I'm excited. I'm actually really pumped. I was kind of giddy all weekend. Just kind of had a big happy grin on my face, because I swear, guys, I did not have any. If you would have asked me when I started in the middle of May, if I thought that I would have a sponsored live stream in 2 months, I would have laughed at you. I would have absolutely freaking laughed at you. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm just hanging over on the chat. I haven't kept up with what you got. Great news. Congrats. This is awesome. This is going to be crazy. Yes. $5K live viewers in 6 months. Dude, that would be insane. If we had, there's no way. Most of the people that I watch and stream, the biggest, I think most, like, I would think anything around 1,000. To me, like 1,000 people on your stream at one time, that seems like and that seems like an unattainable number for me, quite honestly. It really does. That I would be completely shocked if in 6 months we had 1,000 people on the stream. I would be shocked. But a couple hundred, a couple hundred, maybe. I mean, in 6 months we're averaging between 40 and 50. I mean, in 2 months. So in 2 more months, will we be at 100? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm excited either way. I'm excited for you guys. Even if you don't win a 10K challenge, the discount code by itself it's gonna be great for y'all. They just ran a 30% discount code all weekend because they hit 30,000 Twitter followers. Bespoke did. But I think their current promotions, what are their current promotions? Let me go over here to their Discord page. Their current promotions, where are they? Are 15. So their current promotions are 7.5% discount with an 87.5% profit split. This is all of July. So for all of July, you can either get a 7.5% discount and an 87.5% profit split. That's one option. Option two is a 15% discount with a 125% refund. Not bad. Mine's better. Mine's better than the two that they're offering to everyone in the month of July. 15% off and an 85% lifetime profit split. Very generous. So that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. 27 votes. Come on. Y'all don't care. There's 44 people watching. Y'all don't care. You don't care if you get one a day or you get 3 all in one day, I guess. We'll leave it open for another couple minutes. But looks like it's pretty. One per day is currently in the lead. One per day. If we did that, I would probably start it on Wednesday. If we did one per day, it would probably be one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, and one on Friday. I like the 3 per day. I think the drama of it and the entertainment value of the 3 per day is, I think it's pretty, like when we did it, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? That was hysterical. It was awesome. I have veto power, I guess. I can always just tell the chat no. Just looking through all of our charts here. Still currently no setups that show any interest. No real runs of liquidity. No real displacement yet. They all happened during the news at London is where we got the most displacement. And we've kind of, pound has basically filled in its area of interest. Euro dollar didn't come all the way back up. So we'll just need to see. We'll wait. We will wait. All right. I think I'm going to close the poll down. We've got 34 votes in. It's been long enough. So it looks like 1 per day this week. So we'll do 1 per day. Thanks, Michael. Killing it, Brad. Having one each day ensures people come every day and not just one day. That is true. That is true. You'll have people coming back every day. Look, your chances to win a 10K challenge here on the live stream are significantly higher than just a random drawing of whoever happens to like or retweet and tag a friend on Twitter. They might get like, I don't know, we might get 1,000 people to like and retweet, and they're all eligible to win, but they all have to be here on the live stream when we do the drawing. And so there's only 40 to 50 of you on here right now. And even if that number goes up to 100, a 1 out of 100 chance is better than a 1 out of 1,000 chance. So making it where you have to be here live on the live stream gives you guys the best chance to win that. But I do hope you'll take advantage of that discount code. Listen, I wouldn't have partnered with Bespoke if I didn't think they had a lot to offer you guys. They are a fantastic company. I've said this before. I started with them because they offer the most amount of maximum allocation you can buy. And I had no experience with them up to that point. But everything from beginning to end, before I was ever partnered with them, has been A+. A+. Their customer support, their spreads, their commissions, their slippage, their payouts, the amount of time to get your credentials, their back-end support. They're coming out with a brand new dashboard in the next couple of days. They are a top-notch firm, y'all. They really are. They were one of the very first to push no time limits, and now pretty much everyone else is a no time limit firm. So highly, highly, highly recommend Bespoke Funding to you guys. That's from personal experience, and now with our official sponsorship from them on the stream here. So take advantage of that, and you get a challenge, come in here. Let's work it together. Switch it up between the two. Do 1 day 1 week, then 3 on the next. Then after that, chat vote Tuesday. John says, I want to change my vote. I like the drama. See, the drama was fun, man. The drama was highly, highly entertaining. Absolutely it was. Cisco, the 10K giveaway, is it the classic 2-step challenge? Yes, it is a classic 2-step challenge. So 8% profit target for phase 1 with 10% maximum drawdown and 5% daily drawdown. Phase 2 is 5% profit target, and you still have the 10% drawdown and the 5% daily drawdown. So great parameters. It's you have a good, healthy drawdown to work with, and you have a lower profit target, and you have no time limits. So it is the classic 2-step challenge. The discount code works on any challenge you want. If you want to do the rapid, if you want to do the 1-step, any amount, any challenge, the Venator discount applies. 15% off, 85% profit split. Beeswax, adding a friend to tweets gets me because I have no friends. I get tagged now all the time. Every time there's a giveaway for any firm, I'm getting tagged all the time. And I'm glad that you think I'm your friend. But my notifications go crazy getting tagged in all of these giveaways. You are, yes, John. I'm saying you have a chance, man. It is less than 0. I mean, it is not less than 0. You have a chance. Cisco, need to finish my current challenge, but definitely going to use that code in the future. Awesome. Thanks, man. Beeswax, Corey, New Zealand dollar looking bearish. ICT Candle Slayer says, for me, to be honest, I want to take the weekly expansion. So as we know, 70% Tuesday can form the higher low of the week. Absolutely. Tuesday, most of the time, gives you the higher low of the week. Most of the time it does. Corey says, I'll use the code after my next buy. Awesome. Thanks, Corey. Metro, think it should be similar format. Draw from the comments on a video. That gives you motivation to post one new video a week. Oh, I mean, I could do a short maybe. Maybe a comment on a short, but I don't know if I need to do some investigation and see if the YouTube giveaway picker will use comments off of a short. I assume it would, because it's still, you just have to give it the link and it gets the it pulls everyone that had a comment on there. So maybe we could do that at least every now and then, pump a video and leave a comment on a video. Making videos is hard for me. It takes so much time, and I don't even really know what to make a video about, because there's so much good content out there as far as education goes already. It's just another guy saying the same thing that everyone else has already said. So I don't know. If there's a specific video that a lot of people want me to talk about, maybe I could, but I don't know. The one video a week, I don't know if I'm ready to make that commitment. Mr. Alpha, yeah, you're definitely going to have to join Twitter. It's not called Twitter anymore. Oh, maybe it's still called Twitter. Maybe just the logo is gone. Today, officially, the bird is gone off of the Twitter logo. It is now X. At least in my mobile app, I think I saw that. It was X. Beast, I'm in cells. Corey's in some cells. Making videos about trading in 2023 is totally pointless, in my opinion. Live streams are way better. I kind of agree with you. Mr. Alpha Bridge. There's already, it's just so flooded with everyone making their version of some ICT concept, I feel like. So there's plenty of content out there that talks about the only setup that you're ever going to need, and how to identify daily bias, and how to identify draws on liquidity, and what's the silver bullet, and everybody has that content out there, and I don't feel like just adding to the noise. If I want to add something, I want to add something of value, and I want it to be helpful for people who are struggling. I think that's really where my kind of heart goes towards, is helping those that are struggling. And the live streams are probably the most helpful thing that you can do, along with giving them free challenges and discounts to buy challenges. That's also very helpful. Mornings available. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. You will have your mornings available. You could do shorts to start, clip your best quotes from the streams and post. So the thing with the whole shorts and doing like like clipping every day, again, these are 3-hour long streams, and I don't feel like watching back through 3 hours to try to find the best parts of the stream. So I might do one today about the sponsorship. That might be cool. We could do a short for the sponsorship. Maybe we'll use that. Maybe I'll do a short announcing the sponsorship, and that will be the video we use to do our drawings off of. We could get comments on it or something. trade breakdown. Yeah, trade breakdowns are good. Maybe some of those, like, hey, why did we take this? This was a losing trade. Like, we could have broken down the loss we took Friday. But, I don't know. We'll see. I can stay on today for probably another 30 minutes. It's Monday. Mondays are always typically the shortest streams. Number one, again, if I wasn't doing a live stream, I would not even open my charts on Monday. I would be taking a 3-day weekend every single week and not trading on Monday. I wouldn't even open my charts. So Mondays are typically the shortest streams. We do just kind of look at our weekly draw and liquidities where we anticipate price to draw for the week. We do some of that. Not that I won't ever take a trade on Monday, but it's going to have to be just the most premium setup that you could see for me to want to take a trade on Monday. And currently, there's just we're not getting any of that. So yep, my lowest profitable and my worst win rate is on Mondays. I have the worst win rate on Mondays and the lowest amount of profitability. So if you just cut out the days that you don't trade very well on, you can dramatically increase your win rate just by doing that. Just by doing that. So, oh gosh. Slept on my back or shoulder neck wrong, and I got one of those like kinks in your neck where it, like just turning your neck kind of hurts. Need to get my wife down here and give me a massage. I actually have one of those massage guns, those like they've got they like beat you. They got the percussion thing on the end of it, a little ball. I used the crap out of that. I'm gonna have to find that and get it out today because I got some serious neck pain going on. Deep heat. Well, all I need to do is go stand outside to get some deep heat on it. It has been brutal here in Houston. You know who I haven't seen in here in a while is Michael Dell. Where's Michael at? I haven't seen him in here he used to be on here all the time. And I think he's from Denmark, and we always talked about the weather together because he had it's always beautiful over in Denmark, evidently. Like right now, it's like 75 out. Hey, Dominic, welcome in. Yeah, there is a lot of red folder news this week, man. We've got a ton. I think Tuesday has red folder news, but it's the least amount of red folder news. And then you've got the interest rate decision on Wednesday. You've got some unemployment numbers, I think, on. Let me just see here. So tomorrow we've got consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Aussie's got some red folder news. Wednesday we've got the federal funds rate. That's going to be huge. That's not till the afternoon. So Wednesday, probably you could see a lot of chop on Wednesday morning session until the interest rate decision drops that afternoon. Thursday, Euro has GDP or has monetary policy, the refinancing rate. Thursday morning, dollar has GDP and unemployment claims. The yen has monetary policy statements Thursday. Friday, the euro has the German preliminary CPI. The dollar has core price index, so unemployment cost index, all of that. It's just a big red folder news week. So a lot of chop. You're coming towards the end of the month. We're going to be very careful and cautious, just like we always are. Nothing really changes. We wait for our setups. We wait for liquidity to be grabbed. We wait for displacement away. We identify our breaker and our fair value gap. And then we just execute. That's it. So we will need to wait a few days. We'll need to be waiting for some of that news to drop to see before we get involved. But, we're just going to hang out here and have a good time together. Here's what I do know. Three of you are going to win a $10,000 account from Bespoke Funding this week. I know that's going to happen. And I hope at least some of you take advantage of that 15% discount code this week too. That would be cool. B for beeswax. Your psychology talk would be good for videos or shorts. You helped me to understand why I fear taking trades. Do not see a lot of videos like that. I have thought about some psychology videos. I just don't know how to break those down. I don't know. Like, is it just me, a talking head, talking about psychology? Is like, what kind of other stuff do you put on there? Like, what other like B-roll and videos and graphics do you put on a psychology video? Because I don't know. I think I also try to talk myself out of doing videos just because it's so new to me. It still takes quite a bit of work for me to get a video out. And so it's also like, if you don't have anything super strong, why just put all that time and effort and energy into it? But I also know that if you're not posting, so I post every day technically because I do a live stream every day. So I am posting literally on my YouTube every single day just because I'm doing this live stream. So that is actual content going up, and it lives in perpetuity on my channel and on the playlists that I have there. So in fact, last Friday's got like over 600 views already. And typically by the end of the stream, we've had like between 200 and 300 people on the stream. So, the other cool thing that's about to happen is we're about to cross the monetization for YouTube. So I need like another 300 watch hours. We've already got over 500 subscribers, and I need like 300 more watch hours on YouTube, and we will cross the first threshold for monetization for for YouTube. So that's kind of cool. What that will allow us to do, or allow me to do, is I can attach a merch store to the YouTube channel, and we can create some Venator merch. And if you want to purchase it, again, I'm going to try and capitalize and monetize this channel. What I'm not going to do is charge you for access to this content. You can show up every day for free and learn how to do what we're doing here every single day. But it will also allow me to do, I think it's called Super Chat. And I don't even know what Super Chat is, but it would allow me to do Super Chat for the live stream. And maybe you guys know more what Super Chat is. I don't know what Super Chat is, but I know you can do like a merch store. I could charge a subscription to like premium content, but I don't have premium content, so that's not going to happen. This is my premium content right here. It's all live streamed, live for free. But I could do a merch store and people could buy merch off of it. I guess I could do that right now anyway, but I could actually attach it to the live stream itself. And then Super Chat. I don't know what Super Chat is. Uh, we're gonna hang out at the Gilded Gals. Yeah, NQ looking juicy today. Maybe there's some obvious draws on liquidity on both sides, so you just need to wait and see where it wants to grab liquidity and see if it gives you a Judas swing. The best you can do, just put sitting psychology by simply executing. Yeah, I agree. Seems like there's a glut of psychology videos. I really haven't done a deep dive into trading psychology videos, but there probably is a lot of those too. Perpetuity. Did I not say it is perpetuity? What did I say? Did I say it wrong? I probably did. Can you look on AU? Yeah, we can hop over on AU and take a look. AU Aussie dollar here. Let's take a peek. So, what do I see? Drawn back down into this fair value gap. Monday, we're back at kind of the open. We did take out Friday's low. We've come off of Friday's low. 4 hour, we're in a downtrend. We've reached back up into that fair value gap. Reached up into this order block. We've tapped into this low and pulled off heavily off of that low. The 4 hour is currently in a downtrend. Daily is just in consolidation. Left up these relative equal highs up here. Oh. It's grabbed liquidity and displaced away. I would just be super cautious here on Aussie dollar because it has grabbed a buy side liquidity and displaced away very clearly. Gosh. The question becomes which breaker do you use here? Where did the run on liquidity begin? I would tend to use this candle here, part of this 1 hour candle. So this run on liquidity started down here. So if you drop down into the 15-minute, that's these two candles right here. And you did not get a strong, you got displacement here, but you didn't get anything down below this on AU. You can see it didn't even close outside below the low of that candle. And then the very next candle has closed back up inside the breaker block there. So if you're wanting to use these candles here as your breaker, it's a potential. I would on the 1 hour, you can see this move. Here's a swing level. Here's a swing level. This move into this liquidity started at this, off of this swing level right here. This last down close candle, quick pop up, and then you started displacing down. But you can even see on this 1 hour, it's not following through. So I don't really see a good move here on AU. Mauricio says, I don't understand why you don't have more subscribers. Well, quite honestly, it's just so new, Mauricio. 2 months. Just 2 months, man. And I mean, currently for the last month, I've been in drawdown. That's not super fun to watch. When you're passing challenges and getting payouts, that's more fun to watch, and your subscribers grow. But my guess is that the more account giveaways that I do, more people will probably start popping in more regularly, and our subscribers will grow. Hopefully. Super Chat allows users to send super messages that costs some money. Oh, is it like you have to like donate to the stream or something to leave a chat, to leave a message? I don't know. We may leave that up to the chat whether we do super chat then or not. I don't want people to have to pay to leave a comment. That sounds to me like I'm trying to profit off of you to get me to answer one of your questions. So I don't necessarily like the idea of that, but we'll do some more investigating. I think Super Chat is a donation with a message. I think it highlights the message for a bit or something. People can tip, donate Super Chat. Oh, okay. So like if you wanted to give me money, you could, but you don't have to. Maybe. What profit split does Venator get from Super Chat messages? I have no idea. Not sure. I'm not sure if what cut YouTube takes off of Super Chat. People be forgetting to like the stream, so YouTube probably doesn't promote it as much as it should. That's right, Cisco. Come on, guys. Like the stream. Let's go. Why are you holding me down, man? Let's get the Venator brand out there. There's so many people that could learn and grow and stop failing. Basically pushes your comment to the top so the YouTuber can see and shout out that person. Doesn't get lost in the chat thread. Oh, okay. So you can still, so anybody can still leave a chat, but you can basically pay to have your specific comment highlighted. I see. Pins it. Okay. That makes sense. Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to that. Like, as long as I'm not forcing people to have to pay me money for anything, that's what I'm trying to avoid right now. I want people to be able to come in here and participate, even in the chat, and ask questions and not feel like I'm just trying to dig into their pockets, man. I don't want that. It's always optional. Cool. The paid comment is pinned and more noticeable. Gotcha. Super chat is up to us if we want to send you money. Okay, cool. Okay, good. That's good to know. It's more about them just being nice and giving you money and leaving a message with a donation like, thanks for all you do. Got ya. Okay. Well, we'll just have to see what that does. We still have a few hundred watch hours to go before we're able to do that. So that's probably a little ways away still, but that is another way that that is something that could come up. If we did a Venator merch store, would that even be of interest to you guys? Would you guys want like a Venator hat or a Venator t-shirt or a Venator coffee mug or a Venator, I don't know, something? I think it would be kind of cool to have at least my own stuff, whether y'all got them or not. I think I'd kind of like to have it. Depends on the quality of the merch. I mean, I think it would be pretty good merch. It lets you pick I think a lot of the print on demand stores, they have pretty high quality stuff. My brother actually runs a screen printing business in Dallas. And he's doing very well. but I wouldn't use him because he prints in bulk. Like I would have to buy like hundreds of each product, and then I would have to turn around and sell them to everybody and handle all the shipping and packaging, and I don't want to have anything to do with that. Hell yeah, as long as it's good, you can ship to UK. I mean, I think all of these print on demand stores can ship anywhere. I don't know, but I think they can. When bespoke affiliation grows, you could have some deal with them to give you big accounts as challenges as well. Yeah, I think the relationship with bespoke is very good right now, and I think we're both kind of in the hey, let's kind of just check out how this goes for the next couple months, and then we can reevaluate and adjust from there. That's kind of I think where we are at with bespoke. They've been absolutely awesome to work with, even before even before they became the official sponsor of the 10K to $2 million funding challenge. Yeah, growing with a channel from the very beginning, it's pretty cool. You guys basically are still in the beginning. Like I consider anything under like 3 to 6 months in the beginner stages. So Corey's been here from basically week one, week two, and then most of you have been here since about well, we've only been doing it for 2 months, and most of you have been in here for about a month already. So about a month after we started is when we got our first kind of big bump, and a lot of you have been so loyal and consistent since then. So you guys that are in here now are part of the foundational core, and I won't ever forget that. Cisco came after the interview with Bespoke definitely gave us some more exposure, and now this partnership with them will give us even more exposure. Um, so I'm expecting that man, if we could be at pretty consistent, if we could consistently be around 100 streamers in the next couple months, I think that would be, I mean, that would be pretty crazy, quite honestly. Is that a breaker on dollar? Uh, no. You talking about here? Grabbing liquidity, we're breaking up, or are you talking about down here? The breaker would have been down here. We had this push up that ran liquidity, and then it needs to break below here. This really it is grabbing sell side liquidity. It would need to displace up above these highs here pretty aggressively to have another breaker. So no. Bees in. You'll take a shirt, core member t-shirt. Maybe we could do some merch giveaways. We got to get over that watch hour time limit before we can do that. And we're still a few hundred hours of watch time. You guys just go back and just watch. Put on like a 3-hour live stream. If 50 of you, if all 39 of you that are in here right now, 40 of you, whatever it is, would just go and turn on, like when you go to bed at night, just turn on a 3-hour live stream and just let it play all night. And do that for like, 3 nights in a row, we would get there. We'd get our watch hour in. I don't expect any of you guys to do that. I do. I go to sleep listening to YouTube videos, by the way. So I'm definitely helping people get their watch hours in. I use I use one of those sleeping headbands that has like soft speakers in the ears. So I either have music on or white noise or a YouTube video, and I'll fall asleep listening to YouTube videos quite often. Quite often. 10% max drawdown on bespoke on your current challenge. Yes, it is. 10% max drawdown on the two-step classic challenge. 10%. So we've used up just over 50% of our drawdown so far. If we lose one more trade, I will decrease my risk by half, which means to blow the account, we will have to lose 3 more trades in a row, which would create a new losing streak, max losing streak for this strategy. Muhammad says done. I'm going to turn it on 5 separate windows. Let's go, Muhammad. Muhammad gets a 10K challenge. That's what we should do. No, he doesn't. No, I'm just joking, Muhammad. You might win one. Whoever streams the most watch hours in the next week, maybe that could be a 10K challenge giveaway. I don't know how I verify that though. Like I don't know how I would verify someone just giving the most watch hours. That's pretty crazy. That's funny. Watched a couple of old ones already. Cool. It would blow all accounts simultaneously, or would you change risk per account? That's a good question and something that I need to consider, Cisco. I've thought about that some this weekend. Would I reduce the funded account and try to keep the funded account? Or would I not worry about the funded account and just try to keep like the 100, like reduce the 100K down to an even smaller amount? It's a good question, and I need to put some more thought into that strategy if we get down to those lower drawdown amounts. So, but definitely worth thinking about and contemplating a plan of action when we get there. Maybe the chat can help me process through that and come up with a good risk management strategy. Because yes, if you just copy trade, you blow them all and you got to start over. So it doesn't seem wise to try to blow them all, but you never know. It is just it's basically the only thing at risk here is a 10K funded account, truly, and we could start over with another 10K account pretty quickly. I would feel a lot more pressure about it if we were like already funded with like, 100K or 300K or something. I'm 6% down on everything, Mr. Alfie. We're 6% down across the board. So we're 6% down on the funded account and on the phase 2 10K, and we're 6% down on all that. So we're just past 50% of our drawdown on all 3 accounts because they are copy trading. We're using our 10K funded account to copy trade. And so these are any trade I take on this account, it just gets automatically copied over. So they're basically all right at 6% drawdown. So math is not my strong point either. That's why I use copy traders. That does all the math for me. You are probably in the majority of humans on the planet of math not being a strong suit. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and call the stream here today. Thank you guys so much for being on. I do honestly appreciate you coming in here every day and making this a part of your morning with me. It means a lot to me. And I am glad that we're able to take this next step for Venator Trading, partnering with Bespoke here. It's going to benefit you guys a lot. And so excited to see what happens. Hopefully in the next couple days or so, we'll clean up all of our graphic stuff here. And be on the lookout if you haven't followed me on Twitter, definitely go do that because we'll be posting about the giveaways and everything on there in the next day or two. So follow along with me over there. And we'll be back on the stream tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great day. Stay safe. Happy hunting. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Adios.